Hey, today I'm going to show you some things that I've bought or found recently. We don't really buy too many things at the moment. We're moving into a small space. We've pretty much gotten rid of about maybe 3/4 of our belongings in the last couple of years. So when I'm thrift shopping, or op shopping as we call it in New Zealand, I basically have to be really selective, really careful about what I'm choosing to bring home, because otherwise it's just going to end up going back there weeks or months later. So these are things that I have found and I'm pretty stoked with, so I'm going to share them. So the first thing, I actually found this yesterday. This is something I've always wanted. It's a galvanized steel baby bath. They're quite hard to find these days because most people have let them left outside, they've rusted out, they've been turned into like maybe planter boxes, that kind of thing. So to find one in good condition is, I think this is the first one I've ever seen actually for sale, not online. And it wasn't like super cheap or anything, but it was just a fair, okay price. And I actually got a box of random toys that had a whole bunch of Lego in it for like a couple of dollars from the same place, and so that kind of offset the cost a little bit because it was a bit of a bargain. So yeah, I've tested that out this morning. My baby was in there, and Big Brother came and kicked her out because he wanted to turn, and so they're both pretty happy with that. And I will use it in the future for like maybe washing clothes and that kind of thing, because even though we're on solar power, we've got a washing machine, but in the long term maybe I would look at just cutting back on using the washing machine and hand washing some things. Maybe not, but yeah, pretty cool thing, and I'll definitely keep that for a long time. The other thing I found, so I don't secondhand shop so much these days because, like I said, I don't need the stuff, but also the prices these days makes it not quite so worthwhile. These two things I got from a shop that tends to have really good stuff, but they're just okay prices. They're okay, and not exactly anything to get excited about, but if you want the thing, and that's fine. So I got this little saucepan. It's copper bottom, has nice porous edges, doesn't have a lid. That's okay. We don't have a microwave, so we use this little size kind of saucepan to heat up soups, heat up leftovers, make sauces and gravies, that kind of thing. I've got one about this size and one slightly smaller, and they get used a lot, so quite often you go to use it, it's dirty, and it would be handy to have another one. So I got that one. It was $5 New Zealand, which is just like an okay price. I also got this tablecloth. It's like a large rectangle tablecloth, and it's like a nice, like, I don't know exactly what you call this, like a cotton woven thing. I'm not actually going to use it as a tablecloth. What I wanted it for is we use these, I've got bedspreads that are the same fabric, we use them just as a blanket in summertime when it's too hot to use like a duvet or whatever. And this one would be perfect for like a single bed or a kid size bed. And so that is what that is. I got some clothes. This is the perfect mustard colour woolen cardigan. It's a little bit small for my 10-year-old daughter, but she's worn it anyway and it looks pretty cute, and I might keep it for the many years that I'd have to keep it so it would fit my baby. But yeah, I just couldn't not get that. And this is a little linen waistcoat made in Australia, very 90s, with coconut buttons, and yeah, you could probably squeeze a 2-year-old into that, so I'll get a bit of use out of that. And this is a little dress. It's quite a thick cotton, pretty much like a denim, and it has, it's very 90s as well. It's these little bows. The buttons have little teddy bears on them. It looks like domes, but they're actually buttons. I'll probably take those off. I've been planning to make some wooden buttons for a few things when I get the chance, and so I think that would look even cooler with wooden buttons. I got this shopping bag, kind of like a promotional shopping bag, but it's really well made, and it has like a magnetic thing. It had the, hey, I'm back. I had to go and put that video on the computer. The camera that we use, it has a broken SD card thing, so you can only use the internal memory, and so we have like a 2-minute limit on videos, which is a little bit tricky to work with. But so anyway, I was saying that I got this bag. It's like a promotional bag. It had a logo on the front of Foursquare, which is a supermarket in New Zealand. It was a really good bag, though I just didn't really want to be carrying it around with that logo on it, so I just sewed this patch on there a little bit in the middle to make it stay, and I think that looks went to visit some family member, and she gave me these two big jars which are quite hard to find this size. In New Zealand we don't have mason jars, we have these ones which come in like a half litre, 1 litre, and these are 1.7, which is a bit random because you'd think it would go 1.5 litre or 2 litres, but whatever, 2 of those is very handy. Something that I got not second hand but new online, this peg apron I've had for a long time, but these stainless steel pegs is what I got, and they're really strong, and I just basically imported them straight from China, and so they were extremely cheap. But I have been using these bamboo ones, which I don't like them very much. They're very, very tight, which makes it hard to use them, and they sort of go a bit moldy if you leave them outside, so this is a bit of an upgrade, and I like those. I got some hemp twine. About 10 years ago I bought like an exfoliating glove from the Body Shop made out of hemp, and it only just started to deteriorate. I've had it that long, and so I just got a ball of twine and I knitted one up, a new one, and obviously that would be really good for like washing dishes and stuff as well, but I find they're really good in the shower as well. I got a couple of tins. I've been buying retro and vintage things for a long time, so obviously I already have maybe too many tins, but I really like them. This one is very cute, and I've put my tea in there. We like to drink Earl Grey during the day sometimes. And this tin, it says food box, and it has a really nice seal, which is pretty much why I got it. I thought maybe I'd use it for just packets of crackers or biscuits that would open, but then I got home and I looked at my loaf of sourdough, and I thought, oh wow, that's like the perfect size, so I put that in there, and I was really surprised that it kept it extremely moist as well, because we've tried keeping the bread in like a beeswax wrap, wrapped in a cloth, in a paper bag, so many things, and the end always just gets a bit crusty, and that's fine, you can still eat it, but it's like it's just been cut. It's perfect, and so that is very, very handy, and I just like how well made the tin is and everything. I wish they made things like that these days. Another thing that we bought new, so we've been trying to cut down on our packaging and stuff, and we obviously go through a lot of food because we have a big family, so we were at the organic shop talking to the lady about it, and she kind of offered us to buy some bulk stuff off her, and so we ended up buying 10 kgs of this penne pasta. It's actually called panette because it's like a mini penne, which is pretty cute, but so we got 10 kgs of organic pasta for $48 New Zealand, which sort of means it's about the same price as ordinary pasta would be in the shop, and it just comes in like this box and then one plastic bag. They would have put it into a bulk bin thing anyway, so it's pretty low packaging, and if you work that out, I'm back, I ran out of time again. So I was saying that if you work out what $48 New Zealand is in American, this probably in American dollars, this probably doesn't sound like a particularly good deal. Food is really, really expensive in New Zealand, so that's just an okay deal for us, and also it's just a convenience of this is our pasta for ages. We don't have to worry about going buying it, and we've saved in the packaging and all that kind of thing, so it's not necessarily just the price that's good about that. The last thing I want to show you is my pants. I wanted some baggy pants. I found these, it's like a overalls outfit made in New Zealand in the 80s. It was in a free bin because it's kind of ugly and it looks just like regular overalls too much, so it just doesn't quite work. But I just cut it along the waist kind of area. It already had like a tie waisty thing anyway, so I've just been running them like that. I might at some point kind of hem that bit and put elastic in or something like that, but they've been fine. They've been really good for it. This is like the end of summer, sort of. Sometimes some days are a little bit cold, so they've been really cool, and I will throw away the top bit because it's just ugly.